Living in asylum represents lost opportunities in many ways. Indeed, it can be a living human nightmare, where men, women, and children are thrown asunder for years on end, suffering in silence. Children have been born, grown up, and found themselves marooned and in a state of limbo.
I was recruited as a child soldier when I was having 10 years old. It is really destruction.
Loss of land, and life was to begin from zero.
Wanawake walibakwa, watu wakaunguzwa kwenye moto, watu wakachinjwa. Yani ilikuwa ni mambo kama vile tunaita mkifaransa massacre.
War has made me get back in terms of education. War has affected most of my life.
As the World Refugee Day approached, the UNHCR country office in Kenya held several build-up activities in Kakuma. The activities kicked off with the Peace Caravan, which started with a beautiful rendition of Michael Jackson's song, Heal the World. Together they celebrated this important day in their own special way. The peace torch was lit, and the procession made its way through Kakuma town and onto the UNHCR grounds. On the eve of World Refugee Day, 4 peace forums were held across the camp. The forums brought together the refugees and the Turkana community.
In this forum right now we are discussing the relationship between peace and livelihoods. Those key activities which we do in our communities here in the camp and also elsewhere, what we do to earn a living, the income generating activities, the livelihood activities, even the host communities activities like the way they rear their livestock.
On 20th June, the UNHCR Kenya country office joined the world in celebrating the World Refugee Day. It is a day that highlights the resilience, determination, and the courage of men and women who are displaced by conflicts around the world. At the break of dawn, the World Refugee Day began with the peace race, the day's main attraction. Everyone was invited to take part.
In sports, we compete to kill time, but not to kill a person. And at the end of the day, I know he or she is my opponent. So I want to rub shoulder with my opponent so that I learn techniques from him or from her that I will use also to pit against their team.
Octopizzo, one of East Africa's leading hip-hop artists, traveled to Kakuma to witness firsthand what living away from one's home is really like. Music is his passion. He has created several songs that address the issue of peace as a key requirement to human development.
This is the 3rd time I've gone to Kakuma. And the first time I went there, I went just as a performing artist, just the way you get invited to go perform in an event. During that time, I met different artists, and I was so moved. I was so touched by what these kids could do. It's crazy. It's crazy. They need support. They need support, and you can tell from their lyrics they always have a story. And what I like about them most is that they're humble. There's not like I'm talented, like I deserve it. You should give it to me. They're humble. They're ready to listen. They want to be the best. I've been following the World Refugee Day even before this, but all of them used to be in Nairobi. It was to me that was the first thing that I really liked, that they took it to the camp where like these guys are there, and they're fresh guys, they're guys that have been there for 10 years, 5. So that was one thing that I really loved. And I really loved that they incorporated all the cultures in the refugee camp. They felt represented, they felt appreciated, because we can dance, we can eat, even if it's not like how we want to eat, but there's freedom.
The Kakuma event was streamed live from the Peace Center to the world. Energetic performances by the young and the not so young ruled the day, interspersed by speeches giving hope and support from donors led by the American, British, Japanese, Ugandan, and Senegalese ambassadors.
What we can also do as those responding to refugee situation is to make sure that when refugees will go back to their places of origin, they go back better equipped than when they came. So it's a word of appreciation to the Turkana community and a word of hope to the refugees, to say that we are working very hard, international community, whether it is Kenya, other countries in the region, to make sure that the reasons which have forced them to come here will be dealt with, and they should keep hope and make the best use of the time that they are spending while they are in exile, to prepare for the return and to reconstruct their country when they'll be able to go back, whether they are Somalis, South Sudanese, or from other nationalities.